immediate action.
Among the many now pushing for greater cooperation among EU member states to tackle this growing crisis is the Italian MEP Elly Schlein. Well, I spoke to Elly from Brussels earlier, and she explained the scale of this crisis as she sees it.
Well, I think that we face a huge problem of lack of political will by some European governments here. The European Union itself doesn't have the competences because governments have been always so jealous of their migration and asylum policies, and this is the result. I mean, I think we need here a really European solution because these people that are fleeing from war, from discrimination of all kinds, from torture, they're not fleeing to Italy, they're not fleeing to Spain or Malta, they're fleeing to Europe. That's why we really need urgently a European solution to the problem. And I think that we will need a real European operation of search and rescue. As you might know, the Italian government in 2013 had such an operation. It was called Mare Nostrum. It managed to save 140,000 people from sea, and it cost, of course, a lot, 9 million euros per month. But, it's huge for one country only. But here, if we are a union, I would like to see 28 member states taking responsibility because the Article 80 of the treaty right now is saying that we should be, in this sense, we should be, there's a principle of solidarity and
sure.
of shared
I understand.
responsibility.
Absolutely. Why did Mare Nostrum stop? Was it because the Italian government couldn't afford it or thought it was too much money?
I think it's both. I mean, the Italian government pushed for a European solution, for European operation like that one. But Triton, the European operation, is of course inadequate, and we've been saying this from the very beginning of the debate because it has 1/3 of the budget. It doesn't have any means. It doesn't have a clear mandate of search and rescue, and plus, it can't go farther than 30 miles from the Italian coast, whether Mare Nostrum managed to go until, I think, 172 miles. In that difference, people have started to die again. I think it's also because some political forces and some governments claim that Mare Nostrum was, in a sense, incentivizing departures. But if you see the data today, you would discover that in the first part of this year, the flows have increased compared to the ones of last year when Mare Nostrum was there. So it's not even an argument. It was false. Right now, I think that we should face reality. 6 member states out of 28 are right now dealing with 75% of asylum requests. I don't see that shared responsibility right now, and we need that answer. I heard the words of the European leaders today. I expect some facts on the European Council of Thursday. We can't let this happen any longer. It's been, for too long. 700 yesterday, but 400 this weekend, and also in September, in October 2013. So how long? How many deaths are we going to accept before acting as a European Union?
I hear you entirely. Is there a European strategy? I mean, somebody trying to work out a European search and rescue plan?
Yeah, of course, that's what we need, exactly. A search and rescue plan is what we need.
But does it exist?
Short-term answer. No, there's this operation, there's this Triton. I heard the Commissioner Avramopoulos say today in the 10 points action plan that it should be strengthened. Of course, we need more resources from all member states, and we have a moral and legal obligation here to give international protection to those people. We have to find a solution, but it's not going to be enough. Let me just say this. It's just a short-term answer. In the long term, we have to prevent those people to end up in the hands of human traffickers. That's another issue, a very important one. And to do that, we're going to have to grant, I think, safe and legal access to the European Union. Many people and political forces are scared of the public opinion and of the numbers. But let me just say that here we're talking in the whole 2014 about 450,000 asylum requests in the whole Europe. So we are 500 million of people here. It's not a huge number. It depends, of course, if you have political forces that want to grow their consensus on the basis of the fear of the people. And I don't think it's the right approach to the issue. We can do it together. If we share some effort, it's going to be a small effort for every European government.
Well, exactly. If you share the effort, but if you're a small island, if you're Lampedusa, for example, it's overwhelming, isn't it? What's happening?
The situation is terrible there. And if you go to Lampedusa, I was there last October, you would hear the question, where is Europe in front of that? But I think we have to make clear here who is to blame for that. And I always tell them, the right question is, where are the other 22 governments of the European Union, if it's true that just 6 member states are dealing with the most, the 75% of asylum requests. So we have to overcome the Dublin system and to figure out a new way, a new mechanism of quotas, for example, based on, demographic and economic indexes to better share responsibility on asylum seekers throughout Europe. I think it's possible. It's just a lack of political will because the governments sitting in the council, they're very scared to, go back to their countries and to their voters and say, yes, we have to help Italy, Greece, because it's not their own problem. It's a European problem here, and we have to face it together.
Elly Schlein, MEP from